It was an average Friday in September. The wind of change was blowing strong, and we were moving upstream from Windsor, tracing our steps back. Soon we will start the winter cruising plan. It still seems so far away, but it's already on our minds.
Summertime, summertime, love's in its prime. Summertime, summertime, everything's just fine. But autumn came, turned love into shame.
To get a better handle on this, on how the rational side of our brain is in conflict with the collaborative side, I'd like to introduce you, perhaps not for the first time, to two Greek gods. Well, you'll remember that our species has developed a unique capacity to trust.
We are at the boathouse mooring yet again. You've seen it in the previous episode. So last night we finished work and set off straight away. We actually ran out of water at lunch, which was very unexpected because we did top up just a week before. So we must have, it was quite late in the day, so we just didn't see how much water we put in, and we got caught out by the night, so we needed to move. So we must have not topped it up properly and run out of water. So luckily we were very close to the water point, and then as soon as we finished work we left and made it back to the boathouse mooring where we went for dinner. So today we have another journey ahead of us. We are aiming to get to Henley. The journey today is going to be 12 miles, going upstream, and this should take us about 3 or 4 hours. On our way through Cookham, we saw another regatta. It's called Cookham Fun Regatta, and it looked very festive. For example, one of the boats we saw looked like it had way too many rowers in it, and there was a drummer at the front. In Mallow, we passed a very eccentric pink house on the side of a hill. We looked for a mooring in Henley, but we couldn't find one, so we ended up going around the island and double mooring to Toadie, our friend Yellow's boat. We are currently in Henley and we decided that we're going to stay here for 1 week. We can get a mooring for £55 and we've got a few things to do, so we decided to stay. Double mooring is not our first preference, but it's totally fine because we're obviously friends. As soon as we see a spot available, we will move Alba. Zoe is painting her boat today and she's applying turquoise stripes, so I get to see how it's actually all been done and ask her a few questions for those of you who might be interested to doing some funky designs for your boat.
Did we have this a bit longer before?
Yeah, I think we had it longer.
Yeah, we're gonna set maybe a bit further back. Okay, go. So it's not advisable to paint in direct sunlight, but when you're painting on a towpath or by the side of the river, outside of a lovely boat painting area, then you just gotta take your moments, take your opportunities.
He's got his legs stuck,
Sorry, bud.
but he's trying to flap away.
I'm going to apply 2 layers of turquoise onto the top. I think that will be enough to give it some good colour coverage, but underneath that it's already had 2 layers of undercoat and then 2 layers of white, so then there'll be 2 layers of colour going on the top, so there's been quite a few layers to paint.
So Zoe, if someone's looking at your boat and thinks, wow, this is so fun, I really want to do something similar, and by seeing you being able to do it, they want to do it as well, do you have any advice?
I would say that it is completely doable to do a DIY paint job yourself without having it professionally painted. Just needs a lot of time, some patience, and to do the research and to read all of the technical sheets, all of the technical data sheets on the paint products you apply, and just be prepared to put in some, a lot of time and love into it, really. But it's completely accessible and completely doable. When I was planning painting Marigold, I guess I thought that all painting would be like this. It would be out in the sunshine and with a roller and putting it on, roller and a brush, just putting it on quite easily. But actually, there's a lot of preparation involved. But really, if you get the prep right, then the painting is super easy. But yeah, be prepared to buy some power tools and get a bit grubby in the process.
Tell us how long it took you to paint Marigold, and which level did you start, and how much time you kind of were putting into it.
So I started painting Marigold right at the start of April, when she was in for blacking. So I had 1 week when she was undercover, and then I took that opportunity to paint the roof because that's really what needed stripping down to the bare steel. So for the rest of the paintwork, it's taken me about 3 months, but definitely not full time, just every now and again when there's a break in the weather.
The weather's been so good lately. The summer is back, so which is wonderful, but for my work I actually can't work. My laptop doesn't do very well in the heat inside the boat, so I've got to take 15-minute breaks from editing for it to cool off. But I found a really productive way to spend those 15 minutes, and I can actually listen to a whole book in that time. There is a service called Blinkist that takes top non-fictional books and creates takeaways, putting them in audio or written segments called blinks, and generally a book is about 15 minutes long. Blinkist has 4,500 titles in 27 different categories such as psychology, personal development, spirituality, and many more. I've just listened to a 4 Agreements book, which is very interesting because it talks about limiting beliefs that all of us pick up from our childhood and living in modern society. Another good one they have is Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind. That book is just a must listen. It's a very digestible size on Blinkist. My reading list is very long and some books stay on it for years because I just don't have time, but with Blinkist I can go through quite a few titles in a lot shorter period of time, which is great. But also, which is good, and I've done this, is for deciding whether you like a book or not, so you can listen to it on Blinkist and then decide if you want to invest. Right now Blinkist has an offer for you. Click the link in the description to start your free 7-day trial, and then you can get 25% off from your premium membership. What?
Sympathetic joy, called mudita, is the third of the Brahma Viharas. It means rejoicing in another being's happiness rather than begrudging it. It's extremely liberating because so much of the unhappiness in life results from our habitual negativity toward one another. Mudita relies on rapture, which involves your capacity to take delight in things. In practicing mudita, you pay attention to the details in life and your meditation practice, noticing and appreciating less obvious beauty and gaining endless reasons to feel happy and connected.
Zoe's just taking off the tape from Narrowboat. This is the second side she completed. It's a big reveal, so I'm going to take you guys with me.
Is the line going to be straight? Oh, yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Apparently you're supposed to pull at a 45-degree angle when you take the tape off in order to get a clean line. So it looks absolutely amazing. It's just so straight. I absolutely love all of the lines. There's a trick on how to do straight lines, which I learnt from my friend Greg when he painted a mural in his living room with the meticulously straight lines, and I was like, Greg, how did you do those straight lines? Greg appeared in our video, I think it was episode 20 or 21, where he saved a cow from falling into the Thames. I'll put the link in, so he's been on the show. So I borrowed Greg's technique for making straight lines, and it turns out it works well for indoor paint and outdoor paint as well, so thanks for the tip, Greg. I worked with a really wonderful interior designer. Her name's Ali Attenborough, and together we came up with this design. Yellow and I played with the colours. So thankful to Ali for coming up with the design because I'm really happy with it. We've moved, we're no longer double moored. We found a space just in front of us when our friends on Lady Christina left. So we've got a bit of more light
which is wonderful. And that was important because we're staying here until at least Sunday, unless we decide to stay for any longer. I've got some organic spelt and rye bread to give to ducks that I made myself, so it's got no salt, sugar or yeast. Oh my god. You're all here. Maybe tomorrow if I have more dry bread. I just wish they ate vegetable scraps because bread is not something I have a lot of left over. But I have vegetables sometimes. Zoe and I are going into Henley. We're going to pop into one of their charity shops and see if they have any winter clothes that potentially will be useful for us. And then I need to go into the post office to send our patrons cards and stickers.
It's really good. It's like a really healthy chocolate brownie.
So we just met Jane, who runs the shop, and she's also a boater. So we just had a really boaty chat. Which is fun.
It was fun.
So good. This is really good.
But they're having a good day.
Miles, you barely appeared in this episode. How are you doing?
What am I doing in this episode?
Yeah.
Oh, the one that's coming up.
Well, this one I'm just filming now.
Yeah, but am I at the beginning of an episode,
You're
or
at the
are
end.
we tailing off?
At the end. Well, towards the end.
So why have I not been in this one?
You've been working all week.
Oh, yeah, I have been working a week. I've been in London 5 times over the last 10 days.
Wow.
Met a
Not really.
subscriber.
Told you a million times, don't exaggerate.
Don't exaggerate. No, I've been in 5 times. We are going to get my car, so we're borrowing Zoe's car to get my car. Well, we're not getting my car. I've left some keys in it because I'm going on holiday for 2 weeks with my dear friend Thomas.
Oh, look, there's a leaf there. What's it going to do? Did it get it? It did it. It does it.
Did it do the leaf?
What does it say?
No, still there.
Look, 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 watch, watch. It's going for the leaves. There's 2 leaves there. Oh. No, there's 4.
We've moved again, approximately 200 meters forward, because the small field next to us started becoming a bit of a festival. They are building some structures, and I just know it's going to be very, very busy if we were to stay here for any longer. So we're still in Henley, but for now we found a slightly quieter spot. Decided to try and make some vegan sushi. I've got peppers, smoked tofu and cucumber flavors. This is a bit thin. I need to put more flavor in. Okay.
Interesting you use a bread knife.
I just think it's gonna cut through a little bit better because it's soggy, isn't it?
I think they're great.
Which one did you have?
Tofu is my favourite. But I think you could do tofu and cucumber.
Together?
Mm-hmm. Like this one.
Thank you to everyone for watching and for all your lovely comments that you leave on our videos. Thanks again to Blinkist for sponsoring this episode. Invest your time wisely, guys, and remember to use the link in the description for the discount. Massive thanks to our patrons for everything you do, and of course to our wonderful PayPal supporters. Big love to every single one of you. See you in the next one.